WWE has long been known for its ability to captivate audiences with intriguing storylines, and one of the most effective tools in its arsenal has traditionally been the mystery angle. When executed well, a mystery can build suspense, engage fans in speculation, and lead to a satisfying payoff that elevates the performers involved and advances major plots toward events like WrestleMania. However, when these mysteries pile up without resolution or clear direction, they can frustrate viewers and dilute the overall product. This seems to be the current state of WWE television in early 2026, where multiple overlapping mystery angles have left fans waiting for answers while new questions are constantly introduced. As of the February 27, 2026 episode of SmackDown, WWE was juggling at least 4 distinct mystery storylines simultaneously. There is the ongoing saga of the Masked Man who has been targeting members of the Vision, a faction that includes figures like Seth Rollins and others associated with him. Then there is the mysterious crate that has appeared in segments, hinting at some hidden message or threat without any clear explanation yet. Adding to the confusion is the unresolved question of who attacked Jacob Fatu backstage several months earlier, an incident that sidelined him and disrupted his momentum. Most recently, the show introduced yet another layer with the backstage attack on Jey Uso, which opened the episode and immediately altered the landscape heading into the Elimination Chamber Premium Live event. The February 27th SmackDown began dramatically with Jey Uso being discovered backstage, severely injured and stretchered out after an apparent assault. Medical personnel rushed him away in an ambulance, and the incident was framed as a major emergency. This attack directly led to Jey being pulled from the men's Elimination Chamber match scheduled for the following day. In kayfabe, or the in-universe storyline, this raised immediate questions about who was responsible and what their motives might be. The timing was suspicious, coming right before a high-stakes qualifier scenario unfolded later in the show. Behind the scenes, the real reason for the angle was far more pragmatic. Jey Uso had only secured his spot in the Elimination Chamber after a chaotic qualifier on Raw, where Bronson Reed, the originally planned participant, suffered an injury and had to exit early. WWE improvised by having Jey win the match on the spot, but plans had never truly included him in the chamber long-term. The company needed to ensure a spot for a member of the Vision or someone tied to the Masked Man storyline, particularly to advance the angle involving Seth Rollins. Ultimately, Logan Paul was inserted into the match by winning a sudden qualifier against Jacob Fatu on that SmackDown, thanks in part to interference from Drew McIntyre. The backstage attack served as a convenient way to write Jey out without disrupting the bigger picture. In the storyline world, however, fans are left to speculate on the culprit. WWE has a history of either delivering epic reveals for these mysteries or letting them fade into obscurity without explanation, which adds to the uncertainty. Some attacks get major payoffs with shocking betrayals or faction warfare, while others are quietly dropped, leaving viewers feeling cheated. With so many mysteries active at once, the risk of anticlimax grows higher as creative resources are spread thin and resolutions become harder to coordinate effectively. Fans have already begun theorizing about who could have attacked Jey Uso. One name that surfaced early in discussions is Cody Rhodes. Cody has been acting somewhat erratically lately, with subtle shifts in his demeanor that have made him a suspect in previous incidents, including the earlier attack on Jacob Fatu. Some point to his recent behavior as evidence that he might be involved in darker, more manipulative actions. However, this theory has significant flaws when examined closely. Both Cody and Jey had qualified for the Elimination Chamber around the same time, so there was no direct competition between them for the spot. Attacking Jey beforehand would not benefit Cody in any meaningful way, as it would not open a vacancy he could exploit. The motive simply does not hold up under scrutiny, making Cody a less convincing suspect despite his suspicious aura. A stronger approach to identifying the attacker involves considering motive tied to exclusion from the chamber itself. The most compelling culprits would be individuals who competed in qualifiers but lost, watching from the sidelines as others advanced. Jealousy, frustration, and a desire to seize an opportunity could drive someone to take drastic action. This lens opens up more logical possibilities. One candidate that fits this profile is Jacob Fatu. Jacob knows firsthand the pain of being attacked backstage and losing a major opportunity because of it. His own incident months ago mirrors what happened to Jey, so there could be a twisted sense of paying it forward or creating chaos to force his way back into contention. Immediately after Jey's attack was revealed, Jacob was seen aggressively pitching himself to SmackDown general manager Nick Aldis for the open spot, showing his eagerness to capitalize. The connection seems plausible at first glance, as Jacob's desperation could explain the aggression. Yet this theory crumbles under the weight of family loyalty. Jey and Jacob are blood relatives within the extended Anoa'i family dynasty that underpins the bloodline narrative. The bloodline has always emphasized unbreakable family bonds, even through betrayals and power struggles. It would be highly out of character for Jacob to violently sabotage his own cousin in such a personal way, especially without a build-up hinting at fracturing that bond. Family ties make this scenario unlikely, despite the motive fitting otherwise. Another suspect emerges as far more intriguing and layered: Sami Zayn. Sami stands out because his recent trajectory aligns almost perfectly with the profile of someone who might snap under pressure. Sami's 2026 has been a nightmare so far. At the Royal Rumble in January, he challenged Drew McIntyre for the undisputed WWE Championship, but was utterly dominated in the closing stages. The match turned into a one-sided beatdown that exposed vulnerabilities and left fans questioning whether Sami could ever realistically contend for a world title again. This humiliating loss was compounded shortly after in a qualifier match for the Elimination Chamber. Sami attempted to intervene and protect his longtime friend Cody Rhodes from an attack by Drew McIntyre, only for the situation to backfire spectacularly. Cody ended up laying out Sami, securing his own victory while leaving Sami frustrated and defeated. The visual of Sami looking devastated after the loss was striking, capturing a moment of pure heartbreak. The following week amplified Sami's inner turmoil. In a heated confrontation, he cursed out Cody Rhodes but quickly backtracked with an apology, showing his conflicted emotions. Trick Williams even mocked him during the segment, pushing Sami further into rage as he threw objects around in frustration. This pattern continued on the February 27th SmackDown, where Sami confronted Jacob Fatu directly, accusing him of being behind the attack on Jey. Yet, in a familiar twist, Sami retracted his words almost immediately and once again erupted in anger, tossing things in a fit of uncontrolled emotion. These outbursts paint a picture of a man on the edge, projecting his own guilt or frustrations onto others. Sami's history with Jey Uso adds emotional depth to the possibility. Few relationships in recent WWE history have been as genuine and supportive as the bond between Sami and Jey during the peak of the Bloodline era. They stood by each other through betrayals, wars with Roman Reigns, and personal growth. Even after Sami's departure from the faction, their mutual respect endured, with moments of camaraderie highlighting their closeness. If Sami were revealed as the attacker, the betrayal would hit harder than almost any other because of that history. It would transform a friendship into heartbreak, creating compelling drama. The jealousy angle makes this theory even more compelling. Sami has watched Jey achieve milestones that have eluded him. Jey won the Royal Rumble in 2025, captured the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania, and continued racking up big victories. Meanwhile, Sami has faced setback after setback, including the recent title loss and qualifier failure. Internally, Sami might be asking why Jey keeps succeeding while he struggles. Why did Jey get the world title before him? Why does Jey qualify for premium opportunities while Sami watches from the outside? These questions could build to a breaking point where envy overrides loyalty and leads to action. Attacking Jey to remove him from the chamber might be Sami's way of leveling the playing field, easing his own pain by denying Jey's success. It is a dark turn for a beloved babyface, but the seeds have been planted through his visible mental instability and rage-filled segments. Sami checks so many boxes. He lost his qualifier in devastating fashion. He is motive-rooted in jealousy and personal failure. His recent behavior shows instability, and the emotional stakes with Jey would make the reveal impactful. While not confirmed, he emerges as one of the strongest sleeper candidates for the mystery attacker. Of course, WWE could go in any direction. The attack might tie into the Masked Man storyline more directly, perhaps involving the Vision or Drew McIntyre's interference patterns. It could even be someone outside the obvious suspects, like a disgruntled lower card talent or a new debutant. The Crate mystery and Jacob's attack remain unsolved, so perhaps a larger conspiracy connects them all. Or, in the worst case, WWE might let this fade without resolution, adding to fan fatigue over endless whodunits. The broader issue is the overuse of mysteries without payoff. Fans enjoy speculation when it builds towards something meaningful, but constant teases without delivery erode trust. With 4 active angles overlapping, it feels like creative is prioritizing intrigue over coherent storytelling. Viewers want progression, answers to old questions before new ones arise. Until WWE starts resolving these threads properly, frustration will continue to mount.